And you can find us at YarnCloset AZ for Arizona on Instagram. The Yarn Closet over on Patreon. Join Patreon for free, and you can follow us for free. You'll see blog stuff. You'll get pattern downloads.
Do this.
The first pattern download got a lot of criticism. Everybody wanted me to give them information on this thing I was crocheting, this shawl. But the bottom line is somebody else had already written the pattern, starting from the middle of the flat back and out in a triangle. But I was starting from a point, so that was different. People wanted me to write it down. But I wasn't going to go through the trouble of paying a tech editor and a graphic designer and getting the pattern all written up. But I did write it up informally and have some testers. And so that's what you got. You got a one-page, quick, easy, informal. This is how I did it from a different point of view. But I also have that original pattern tutorial on the crochet playlist here at YouTube. And you're going to get a lot of that. So if you want Bristol Ivy, if you want Find Your Fade Ladies, if you
those are names of sites?
Those are the names of professional pattern writers.
Okay.
If you want those people, go find them. You don't have to stay here if you don't like it here. But if you like it here in the closet, then come join us. People who are that third tier of inclusion. A lot of us are disabled. A lot of us are housebound due to caretaking, illness, or personal choice. Because let's face it, who wants to go out and deal with the masses these days? Most of us don't.
But look at, you guys, look at today. We look nice today.
Do we look nice today?
We actually look
look, I got these different glasses, so it's plain,
Yes.
and then there's just the reader in here. It's not quite as much as I need.
Yeah.
But I think I don't look as goofy.
No,
And I'm not
I
taking them
love
on
them.
and off all the time.
I love those on you.
So I can actually, I'm not taking them on and off all the time. You
Yeah.
know, because when,
Okay, guys, what do you think of my hair? Okay, because remember how I had looked like a cow sucked my head last time because it was so flatty and everything. And so I have not been able to get my hair cut and colored. So I still haven't colored it. Can't tell a lot, can you? See this? Not a lot of roots yet. But I cut it myself. I cut my hair my whole life myself.
I cut my hair myself. I cut Connor's hair myself.
I know. And if you can't see, it's not so hard if you've got naturally curly hair, because you just say, yeah, this is about how long.
Mom,
Chop, chop,
it's
chop.
the IKEA effect.
What? What is that?
You don't know about the IKEA effect?
No.
Okay, so the IKEA effect is...
It's my dryer.
Oh, good. Maybe people can hear us now.
Oh. Hang on a minute. Right.
No, you're not getting up to get your dryer.
Well, it's going to keep going off.
Until you stop it?
Yes.
Does it just beep once?
No.
Okay, go get it, and then I'll tell you about the IKEA effect. Oh, good gravy. Do you not know anything?
We're not in the 21st century here.
We're not in the 21st century. Technically, we are.
Oh, we are? Okay, tell me the IKEA effect.
So the IKEA effect is...
What is the matter with me that I don't know these things?
Yeah. If you buy stuff from IKEA and you pay them to have it put together, and it's a little bit wonky, you're ticked off.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take the IKEA things home and you put it together, and you can't even get that fourth shelf in, you know what? You're not bothered by it because you did it yourself. You have some self-pride, and it's okay. When I cut my hair myself, if it's not perfect, it doesn't bother me nearly as much as if I paid somebody $50 to cut it, and I hate it. Like the last time I did that,
we all
3 years ago.
We all went to the mall, and she went in, and she was not a happy camper when she came out. Oh, no, she wasn't. Let me tell you. And I thought she looked nice, but it wasn't the way she wanted to look. And do we want to spend our money and get value for our money? Value means what we want. Oh, look at this. It looks like it got a little top knot here. Okay, so what are we talking about
This
today?
is a knitting podcast. We're going to talk about a lot of knitting today.
Want to show mine?
Sure, we can start with yours.
Lynette, I know you're watching, Lynette. Look at this. Okay. Okay, should I stand?
Sure.
Yeah, all right. Lynette, you got to see how long this is now.
Just move over. Wrong direction.
Wrong direction. Okay.
You could have measured it, with a measuring tape.
I couldn't act. So see?
So the sides are garter.
Yeah.
This is acrylic, so it's not going to have a ton of hold even after it's washed. But it's pretty darn wide, like most readers. A lot of readers are just a very wide panel with pockets.
Yeah.
I believe that Lynette has a pattern or a shawl that was made that's actually got a more
thing
shaped back.
Mm-hmm.
That was not what Mom was going for. She wanted something very simple.
Yes.
So if you don't like that this is like this,
I do.
but folded, I mean.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, why does it fold and why does it curl up
really
like that?
shouldn't. But all you've got to do is when it's done is you wet it down a little bit and what is this?
Don't look so closely at stuff.
Did you just tie these together? Watch a video on weaving in ends or the whole thing is going to come apart. Do you know how many times I've already had to sew up Prue's pink blanket?
No.
In the spots where you just tied some extra yarn under where
I
you cut it
did.
too short?
No, I cut it too short after I weave it in. And maybe I don't weave it in very much.
You have to follow the directions or it's going to come out. You have to weave it in a certain way.
Where did you find that? Well, I don't know. But what I did here, so I got to the end of the ball. Then I thought, oh, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to have enough. Well, I ended up with 2 more balls, so I did have enough. But I was at the end of the row, and I only had like a small amount. And I thought, oh, shoot. Now how am I going to put this new one?
You should have pulled it back so you had longer and started the new one.
I should have, but I didn't. So instead, I just did a square knot. And I thought, then later on I'll take my little crochet hook and I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is, see?
But what do you think you're going to do with your crochet hook?
I'm going to tuck those ends in.
Tuck them into where?
Into something.
No, you're really not going to be able to. They're not long enough.
Oh, I just do your stuff. I'm getting give me a crochet hook.
Mom, it's not going to work. I am telling you, it is going to come out. Knitting is different than crochet. Crochet is much easier.
Well, how would I know?
Even
Because I
ends.
don't crochet.
And because you
I am
don't follow
going
the
to Charmed
directions.
Grammy. Charmed Grammy.
Oh, don't even. She cannot crochet. She cannot.
But she thinks I should learn, and I'm going to try.
Okay, you will over time, just through knitting, you will learn how to do a couple of simple things in crochet.
Will I?
Yeah.
Because you do crochet in knitting?
Sometimes.
What if you just stick to blankets?
Good.
Like little lap robes?
They'll
and
still
stuff.
come apart if you don't learn how to weave in your ends or leave long enough ends.
Do you know what I love about you the most?
Oh, geez is what I'm saying. Jeez.
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Okay, people want to see what I'm wearing.
Oh, yeah. Look at what she's wearing.
So, do we remember when I first made this, before I blocked it, and how it was all tight up here?
Tight.
That bugged me. So I blocked the piss out of it, and
where's our thing that we do
we don't
swear
have
words?
that. Oh. We don't have that. So it's a little dingy right here, but it gave me the length and the looseness I wanted. This Yowza bled a fair amount. When it says on the tag it's going to bleed in the first wash, it is. The one thing I don't like is, as Mom pointed out, my boat neck turned into a yacht.
Yeah, it's a little big.
But remember how I had the extra 2 inches here between the cuff and here? All I did was weave my needle in at the base of the cuff. I cut and unpicked it, and then, can you even see this? I just crocheted this to this. That's why you'll be doing crochet when you learn to knit. because sometimes you'll crochet an edge or you'll crochet a piece together. And some people don't like to do like the front panel and the back panel, but some yarns, if you do a sweater in panels and then you seam it down the side, I'll crochet the seam. But the reason they want you to do that is because the nature of the type of yarn they're suggesting needs that structure so that it keeps the shape. That's why there are seams in certain sweaters and not other ones, is because they need the structural shape.
Want to know what I like most about this?
The faux yoke?
Yes, this, it just added so much, and you can't see this maybe on TV or whatever we're calling this, but the little teeny rows that look like little baby hearts.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah. It turned out pretty decent, and I was really impressed by the blocking, but
yeah,
I don't quite know how to fix this neckline, but I got to do something to fix this neckline at some point.
Hey, can I say hi?
You can say hi and show people the haircut I just gave you.
Hey guys, I got a haircut. Anyways, please subscribe to Yarn Closet below. Hit that bell icon and slap the bell.
And why are we happy about our subscribers?
Because we've reached over 500 subscribers.
Woo woo!
So please hit that notification bell and slap the subscribe button. Bye. I'm
Bye.
gonna go watch something with my grandpa.
Okay. See you later. So this is my sweater. I did it bottom up. I did redo the grafting. So had I picked up correctly for my ribbing here, there would have been very little to like after work on this.
it is very cute, and I love adding this in. I think
That's part of
that
why,
made it pop.
why we knit is for the customization. So then this is another one. I had this yarn. I'm not in love with the yarn. It's a polyester. So I really don't know what it's going to do. And every so often I'm getting weird holes for no apparent reason. But I put in this
Oh, look at the pocket.
to give a little pop. And then
Turn this around.
this is very tunic size for me. And I'm not sure how much it's going to grow. But what I'm planning to do is I've got 2 balls attached so I can do this section here to go over my shoulders, and then I'll start with the back. But I'm doing it flat from bottom up and over to bottom.
What do you mean flat?
Well, it's not a circle connected.
Oh, I get it.
flat.
Okay.
And the reason I'm doing it flat from bottom of front all the way up into the bottom of the back is so I can seam underneath the arms, because the nature of this yarn is different. It's a polyester yarn.
It does feel different.
It feels soft, but it's
it does.
It's weird. It's weird. I don't love it. And then once again, there's just going to be short ribbed sleeves on this because I don't like long sleeves. And I'm probably going to do the sleeve ribbing in this multi-red, which is a Lorna Laces, and the polyester yarn is Feels Like Butter from Lion Brand. It was a gift last Christmas.
Is that this?
No,
I can't tell because
there's no
colors
there's
are
too
off
much
for me.
white in this to be this.
Okay.
Okay.
I love the little
and
pocket.
I might.
It's
I
so
stopped
cool.
here really low because I might fill in this section with this. So it's similar to this, but different.
She used to say that a lot when she was a kid.
Similar but different?
No, she'd say, you know, that thing that I want, go get me that thing that I want, Mom, when you go to the store next time. You know, it's the same but different. And I think, the same but different. Okie dokie. But look at how curly my hair is. Okay, it's 4,000% humidity here today.
It's ridiculous in this as well.
We never have humidity here, and now we got humidity here
Oh,
today.
the one upside
So,
to being a yacht, Nick.
Yeah. Oh, look at. Oh, wait.
Is that the wrong side?
No, like this. She has, her whole back is, well, you put your head down, or your
God,
hair.
it's just so hot.
I know.
Do you have your air conditioner on?
Well, I turned it off because I thought you didn't want it. Anyway, you can't see it closely enough.
They probably can. Other people have better vision than us.
Oh, but anyway, it's a beautiful geisha and has all this detail in it. I was a nurse. I don't like needles.
Nobody likes needles. I hate needles. It's not the same thing.
I don't mind, I can go in, I can give blood, that doesn't bother me. I don't like needles, like a shot needle.
Okay, so I had one tattoo
But
done here.
I couldn't do a tattoo. You could not, you'd have to put me under totally.
I did one tattoo here, and the tattoo gun was quiet. You didn't hear you didn't hear the noise. That's just what they call it.
Oh,
because it's the shape of the needle that they hold.
I'm
I
gonna
swear
turn
to
the air on.
God, I didn't feel it because I wasn't hearing that weird noise that you associate with it.
Is this on?
I don't know.
Well, are we doing this for nothing? Is this on? How do you
Mom,
know?
it's plugged in. It's got to be on.
Plugged in where?
To the pad.
Well, isn't it plugged into the wall or something?
Why would it have to be?
I don't know.
This
Is it
thing
battery?
has a battery.
I have no idea how this stuff works.
Okay, so
I'm
people
turning on
also
air
complained
conditioning.
about the shape of the triangular shawl. I stole a couple of these little leather bracelets from my daughter because she wasn't wearing them. Don't turn the fan on. It's too loud. You just use this to secure it. It's the new thing. It's shawl cuffs.
It's what?
They call them shawl cuffs. You take a bracelet and you run your triangular shawl through it if you can't figure out how to wear it and like it. And then it won't move as much.
Oh my gosh. Well, who turned this to 75 degrees?
That's what my house is set at. And isn't it freezing when you go into my house? Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
How different our houses are?
It's because the humidity outside with the heat we have here, 4,000 degrees,
Yeah.
4,000% humidity. Just in case anybody wanted to know, because I've been complaining about forever. So yesterday Ed says, we have a whole day and we have nothing to do, so let's go up to Mount Lemon. This is the big hoo-ha here. Okay, this mountain, you drive like this to get up to it. Takes about 45 minutes to get to the top. He says, but it
The top
says,
is like 9,000 feet.
yeah. And so he says, it's supposed to be beautiful sunny day and only 75 or 78 or something up there at 2 o'clock. Okay. So off we go, and we're going to have lunch up there. It's going to be a nice date. Enough said, except it wasn't sunny. Somebody was lying and didn't have the right mountain because it rained and then it poured. And so we spent a lot of time just sitting on the porch watching the rain, saying, isn't this nice? Isn't this nice? And it smells so clean, and the green trees, and it's just so nice. And it was. And then we went in and we ate lunch. And then we came home because
It rained.
it rained.
I drove Prue to school today. She thought it was fabulous. It was sprinkling out.
We get so excited about stuff like that. But what we wanted to do was go.
Oh, and when I say
take
that,
the
I drove her on
ski
a
lift.
scooter, a 2-seat scooter mobility cart.
Yeah.
So we're in the rain. I think that was the part that people probably missed.
Anyway,
Okay.
so Charmed Grammy was Lynette. I usually call her Crochet Grammy.
Right, and that's a different lady who really appreciates your shout outs.
Sorry. But what I mean is Lynette of Charmed Grammy. And isn't that cute?
So,
And everybody, watch her because she is funny. And she's got the cutest grandkids, too. See, if your
you know that
grandkid...
YouTube will, like, take your episodes off if your kids are in them?
What?
Yeah, they have a new policy on kids, and they're doing weird things. Anyway, so I finally decided to do 2 at a time. It's going pretty good, although you'd think the reason you do 2 at a time is so that the toes are the same. Not exactly. But I'm trying
They're
to...
not even the same color.
Well, they're not supposed to be. That's what... Because there's 2 balls of yarn, Mom.
Oh.
If you do 2 at a time, you have to use 2 different balls of yarn.
Oh, okay.
Because first I knit across here, then I switch to this yarn and I knit across here, then I turn and I knit across here, then I switch to the new yarn and I knit across here and I turn and I knit across here. Okay. But
So now when you wear them, your feet are not going to match.
who cares? I don't care. And who's going to see it if I'm wearing shoes?
Well, why would you wear shoes? If you're wearing these, you're going to be at home.
Right.
Are they
but
slippers or what are
in the
they?
wintertime, I might wear them under my, like, boots or something or with a pair
Your
of shoes.
mucklucks.
So anyway, on the edges, I put in these stitch markers because every once in a while with the kids and the stinker dinkers, all of a sudden you're like this and you lose your magic loop. Oh my God, and then that's just a stinker because then you got to count, you got to figure out where you're at. But if you have this, all you got to do is pull it back out.
Oh.
It's so easy. And I saw on Call Me DWJ that she's actually using 2 at a time to knit her flat panels for a little t-shirt style sweater. And I might actually try that because that sounds lovely.
Okay, so do you ever watch the Canadian crocheter? She calls it. We call it crocheter. She says the Canadian crocheter, and I laugh every time. Anyway, so she's crocheting the animals, and she did
Amagurumi.
I didn't know how to say it. Anyway, so our niece is in the NICU as a nurse, and she said, I want to learn to crochet. She's going to Joann's to learn to crochet. I said, why? Just watch YouTube. You can find all the stuff on YouTube. Then you don't have to think, what did she say again? Just go back, watch it again. She said that the tiny little babies, they use an octopus. Mm-hmm. And she said because all those arms and stuff, and she said, and the babies will hold it and cuddle to it. This week, I was watching, and honest to God, she has the cutest thing. She has this pink pig that is like when pigs fly, it's got these white wings in the back. Cracked me up. Reminded me of our friend Judy. Remember when Ed and I were in that theater group?
Vaguely.
She never, ever came.
I went to one.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. And then I went to a couple of practices.
Yeah. Okay.
So another one of my finished objects is what
are those?
Cascade Heritage yarn. So I did, I was going to do a sock with no heel for my daughter. So I started with the ribbing, and then I went flat stockinette on one side, but I don't know how I was off with my measurement. It just wasn't quite long enough. Because when you have no heel, you actually have to add like 2 inches to make that heel turn. But then
Is that the same pattern on each one? No, it isn't, because this is ribbing going all the way down.
I told you, it's ribbing, then half of it is stockinette, and then it's ribbing. So anyway, I modified it and I made
that side.
They get that. Because if you do a sock and you do
well,
the
maybe
whole
they're
sock,
paying attention to you more than I do.
Probably. So if you do the whole sock on a kid,
yeah,
a lot of people like to do ribbing across the top because it gives more stretch so they can wear it longer. That's also why you make some kids' socks without heels. If you make them long enough, then they can wear them longer as long as they don't wear them out.
Okay, so question.
So anyway, So it makes this cute little wristband that she can also pull up over her hands when we're driving our scooter during the winter time.
Oh,
And
how
then
cute.
I thought, she's in a small class, and I thought I could make a bunch of these, and then on the flat side, because it's just a small area, I could crochet one of my red hearts and sew it down, and everybody could get one for Valentine's Day, and all the little kids can run around with their like superhero hearts.
Oh, how cute. That's a cute idea.
That's adorable.
That's a cute idea.
But what I wanted to show you, and the reason that this one has a slightly different color to start, is because I am trying to do a lot of things like yarn management with the 2 at a time socks, doing the 2 shoulder saddles on the blue sweater with 2 balls of yarn, because I want to get into color work at some point, but I feel like I need to learn some yarn management. But I also want to do other things. So here is my Jenny's Stretchy Bind Off, just in stockinette. It's like too stretchy. So here it is when I did it and I followed pattern. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. It's still very stretchy, but if you notice, that end and the cast on end, they look a lot more similar. They look closer. I just think it's a slightly neater look to be in pattern, and it wasn't as hard as I thought it was. And that's what I wanted to say, is when you're doing some little projects, that's a great time to try something new.
It's my clock.
Remember these? Totally blew out. I had some old heel or some old suede leather bottoms, so I just sewed them on. My son thought it was fabulous. So they've been living under his bed because he loves the yarn stuff. He just never uses it.
This is a clever idea.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I gotta do something. I am blowing out all of my socks. And like these, I had just redone this toe. I had left the original toe in there, so the toe is double thick. And then these that I had just done a little patch here, blew out on the other one here. So what do you do? Why are my socks blowing out? I'm using 75-25. So I'm trying to figure out ways to, because you could only mend so much. And I know that if I had 40 pairs of handmade socks and I could wear a different pair every single day, because I will wear these for 3 or 4 days. I know.
Without changing them? You do take showers, right?
I do.
Okay, so I've said before, it's a lot of our tile, because in between our tile
So
we have
here are
an
some
inch
cutoffs from my
of
kids'
grout,
jeans.
and then
So
that's
do I
part
cut
of it,
this
and part of
make
it
something
is
like this to then sew to the bottom?
what? Why
So
do
I
you
cut
think-
off part of the jeans for the kids when I was hemming the jeans.
Yeah.
So do I make a piece that's like that to sew to the bottom of the socks?
What a cute idea!
Oh my God! See, she just should
I
listen
like
to me.
anything that's
Because I
recyclable
have this
or
crochet hook. I have a couple of them. They're pointed, so you can just poke
let me
it
see
through.
that. Let me see
It's
it.
pointed, so you can poke it through fabric.
Oh,
And then, you just use your little finger protector.
what?
Thimble.
Oh my God! Where'd you get that?
I have stuff. I've been crafting a lot more than you think.
I know, but
Or do I use the sticky felt and cut it out with the
oh, you should not be using rotary cutters.
rotary cutter that does, like, it doesn't do a solid line. It just holes.
Yeah,
See that? Can you
yeah,
tell?
yeah.
Um,
But you should not
And
be
then
using
sew that
anything dangerous. I'm telling your mother. Oh, I am your mother. Okay, what else do you want to say?
So
That's
now
enough.
you blew me through all of my stuff because you just won't listen to the knitting and you have to do the shenanigans.
I won't listen to what knitting.
This is a knitting podcast and you just want to talk about everything else.
Oh,
See the note? What does that say?
slow down.
You never let me talk. You always interrupt. I feel like I have to rush and I
Okay,
can't actually talk
let's
about
have
the
a
knitting.
vote. Who interrupts the most?
I interrupt back is what it is. I interrupt back. I don't interrupt initially. I
Why
interrupt
didn't you
back.
get this?
That's, see, that was in my whole section on socks. It's Lycra. So when I use my circular sock machine, I'm supposed to be able to use that with the yarn to make it stronger.
So it's a thread, but you can't even see it.
Right.
I can
I think
feel
it'll
it,
just
but
get all mucked up. I don't trust it for one iota.
don't you?
But I'm going to try it because these socks need to last more. It's just, for one, it's the cost, and for two, it's the time. I mean, I'm going to stop making socks if they just don't last. And I actually like wearing them. They keep your feet warmer.
Okay, can I ask something? Now, say this is the old country, or I don't know,
Yeah.
olden days, and you have this sock, and you put this sock on your 8-year-old, and then, oh, look, you're getting a hole here.
I know, there's a bunch of holes in that
I know.
one.
Okay, so you put it on your 8-year-old, and it fits. Now this kid is 9, and it doesn't fit because his foot is grown. As a mom, could you just take the toe and open the toe up and extend it
Mom,
to make it longer?
you just weave your needles in here and you re-knit the toe. You take the heel out and you seam it,
Yeah.
and you put a new heel in here. This is why I was just talking about kids' socks with ribbing and no heel, so that you don't have to go to that much
Good
work.
for you, because I'm
If
never
you
doing it.
listened, you would have had the
Never
answer
doing
to your
it.
question.
I'm never doing it. It's true.
She's never listening. She's telling you the truth there.
I'm never listening? Well, I don't listen to you a lot either. You don't listen to me a lot either. We don't care.
No, we've given up on it.
Yeah. But we have fun. What else do you've got on there? What else do you have on there?
Stuff to try to be an informative podcaster. But now I just feel like, who cares? I've totally rushed through everything.
All right.
Remember to check out the playlists on YouTube. We will try to do monthly podcasts. I was assuming that they were going to be like a good hour long.
Why
Because
don't
I had some content here. See this half a table of content?
Yeah. Why don't we do like 15 minutes?
I am not doing
week.
15 minutes of once a week because it is too hard to coordinate. It is too stressful. And, Mom, it's been 3 weeks. Do you have a finished object? The bonus to doing once a month with the two of us is that we might have some finished objects. This is a knitting podcast. People don't want to just hear you chit-chat about your life. And
Yes, they do.
I will intersperse
I've only been
it.
at this 3 months. How long is it supposed to take?
And I will intersperse it with some short podcasts of tips and tricks.
Oh, that's a good idea. I like to watch when you're giving advice things about this is how to do this is a good way to do that. And when you do one where you show about this blocking thing that you're talking about, where you wash it and you dry it, and will you do that?
Mom.
Some people don't know. I don't know what that is.
But you can see like real people give tutorials on it.
You are a real person. You're not.
But I'm not.
Are you a robot?
Mom, I don't have the capacity to film a video that is a decent quality.
Oh. Well, then you're screwed.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Okay.
Okay. How many tips and tricks did I give out today that you interrupted me while I was trying to do? You're not being cute. Nobody actually thinks it's cute.
They do too. All right, what else do you have? What are you working on there? What's that thing?
Do you not recognize this?
No.
Because you weren't letting me talk through it.
All right. I know what it is now. I can't see the bottom. I could only see the top. Now I
My
remember
2
what
at
it
a time
was.
socks.
Well, I
But
can
I have plenty of
remember.
other stuff to say about.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I would like to start and finish something. I can already hear the boys yelling in the other room. That's the other reason why we're rushed. I thought that having the start of the school year, that this would be like quiet and calm, and we could actually have some knitting time and some like slower paced conversation and discussion on finished objects and works in progress, you know, like all the other podcasts we watch. But it's hard when you've got kids and grandpas arguing in the next room, and I never know when my phone's going to ring and they're going to want to send my child home, because she was telling me a story this morning about how she's doing stupid things on purpose on the playground just because it makes the other kids laugh.
I don't know what to say about that. I got nothing. Okay.
We will be doing twice a year prizes
Twice a year.
through. Okay, so our shipping costs are what? Because we do international too, our shipping costs range between $20 and $35. A skein of indie dyed yarn is about $26. Cranking it is a $15 fee. The bag is another $30 to $40. Then the Growly Bear soap product. We give out really nice product.
Yeah, we do.
We do. A lot of other people who do prizes every, 2-3 months, they'll just send them a skein of yarn. That's it. Here's a skein of yarn.
Some of them do. Yeah, some of them send a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and you can send a whole bunch of stuff when it's acrylic, and it costs $2 a skein.
Yeah. I agree. The internationals.
And I don't want to discount the international
No,
people. I like
no.
the international people because I like to learn.
We
things
have a
from
lot
other
of
countries.
Canadian people. A
And
lot of
we
Canadian
have sent
people.
to Canada. We've sent to Britain. We've sent to Ireland. We've got a lot of Irish people. We've got a lot of Norwegians. We've got half a dozen Australians we've sent to. We've got people in Malaysia that we've
Yes,
sent to.
Malaysia you sent to.
Yeah.
Oh, this place that Ed takes everything to get it shipped out, because then they rebox it. They look at all of it, to make sure you don't have, I don't know, a stick of gum or something that's now illegal to send. I don't know. Anyway, so they have to look at everything. Then they rebox it a lot of times, and they love it. They're just having the best time saying, "Where's the yarn closet sending something today, Ed?" Not a good sign when they know you by name at the post office, and it's not because your picture's on the wall.
So we will have 2 of our regular big package prizes go out twice a year off of our Patreon supporters, and we will pull for other meaningful events throughout the year, either YouTube subscribers and commenters or Patreon followers who are commenting on the Patreon page. Because honestly, people, Patreon is not scary. You join for free. You can follow a ton of makers for free. Legacy Fiber Arts has a really nice blog over there. I follow the Bakery Bears. I like theirs. I follow Fat Squirrel Speaks, a few other people that I like. I follow some narrowboaters. I really like some of these narrowboat people over in Britain. That's just fascinating.
What is narrowboat?
In all the British shows where they're at the pub and there's this canal,
Yeah.
and then there's those funny, long, skinny boats. Those
Like-
are called narrow boats.
Or
Because
gondolas.
No, a gondola is open. A narrow boat is a narrow boat.
Oh,
It is where
funny.
people live. It's like it's almost like RVing, like the RV lifestyle. So it's the same kind of thing. You have your water, your toilet. You've got to figure out your electrical scenario, but a lot of people buy them because they're cheaper than houses, and then you can travel if you've got the kind of job that you can do while you're on the boat.
Oh, how cool. Our world is a different place now, you know that?
But they've been doing that for hundreds of years.
I know, but what I'm saying, you're not listening to me. Our world is a different place now because of the technology. Because you
This
can
is pre-technology. Yes, people do it who can technologically do their jobs through the internet. And yes, that has changed the world a lot. But that's not what I'm talking about.
That's what I was talking about.
I know, because you're always into your zone, and let's teach people about what I'm thinking about. This is the Knitting Podcast.
Look, I'm doing such a nice job on this. And it's knitting, guys, and it's really hard for me, but I'm doing it.
And people are very excited by it.
They're all out there waiting with bated breath. Hey, that's what we could do. We could have a contest to see how long does it take me to actually finish this. What do you think, guys?
So you've already done 2 skeins.
No, I've got 1 skein. This is my 2nd skein. Remember when
No. You said you'd already done 2 and you'd found 2 more.
I didn't. I was wrong. I did 1 because I only had 3 skeins. I did 2 balls, but
You wrapped your skeins into 2 balls?
she's going to yell at me again. Are you all ready?
Why would you cut your skein and wrap it into 2 balls? Why would you not just pull from the center of the skein? Why would you wrap it into a ball?
Because I do this when I'm watching TV that I'm not actually watching. I listen to the TV. And so I didn't want so much stuff on my lap because the cat comes and the cat has to lay on my lap and then come up on my chest like this. So one day I just thought, oh, you know what? What if I had a smaller one? So cut it, and then I unrolled the whole thing.
What happens?
I get confused about where I'm at. I don't know.
It's also
I don't know.
ends to weave in and secure on your project.
Yeah, you're right.
Now there's a tip worth listening to.
But you know what? It's for me. So when I wear it, I'll know.
Because it's the IKEA effect. You'll love it no matter what, because you did it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Boy, I got some, it's not until I look at it that I think, what is this? Yeah. So, all right, are we done?
Are those snags?
I don't know. I don't know what they are. I don't know because I don't know. I haven't done this long enough to know what's right, what's wrong.
What do you mean?
Should it look like this? Should it not? I don't know. Looks fine to me. Except it looks a little bit strange here. Looks a little strange here.
And sadly, because this is acrylic, that's not going to block out. Okay. So you know what I mean when I say block out. Blocking is just a term for washing. Okay. So
you wash this by hand.
But you don't always have to.
Oh.
Some things you can throw in the delicate and then throw in the dryer. So
she thinks I have that on my machine.
Yeah.
I don't.
So the reason that I knew this was going to grow this way is because it's superwash wool. Superwash wool will grow lengthwise more than widthwise.
Okay.
And it's also because of the way that the stitches are done in knitting. Okay. But you see how you can tell there was a glunky thing here? You can't really
I
see
can't
it very
see
well,
that,
but you
no.
can kind of feel it if you put your hand underneath, right here, and then on the top.
Yes.
See, that's what I mean by blocking. When you're using something
Yes,
that's
it's a
actually
lump.
got a wool component, all the inconsistencies, usually because when you're washing knitting, most of the time, you're soaking it in wash water, lightly wringing it out to the point where some people, what I did with this is folded it in half, laid it down on a bunch of towels, and then rolled it up and just pressed
To get the water
to
out.
get some of the water out. And then I took it onto the squares, the kids' foamy squares.
Yeah.
And I put my rust-proof T-pins in, and I just pulled it into shape to kind of give it that
And it
extra
dries
step.
to
And
the
it dries to the shape, and it keeps the shape. Something with enough of a wool content will let you kind of pull out those goofs, those inconsistencies, and smooth them out. And also, you can see these hearts better now because it's pulled out a little bit. When
Yes.
I first knit it, it
Yeah.
was tight.
Yeah. Cute.
Okay.
Thank you for explaining that to us.
You're so very welcome.
Okay, oh, look at this. It's just like a cotton.
It's a mercerized cotton, so this was also in my sock thing. I started to knit a section in this mercerized cotton, thinking I would just sew the extra piece on the bottom of my socks to give them some strength. It's not very soft. I still might do it.
What is this going to be?
No, it's the bottom of the sock. Did you not
But
hear me? Put
I-
your hearing aids in.
I did hear you, but I'm thinking, why would you put something this hard on the bottom of your foot?
Because these socks are blowing out. And I cannot make them fast enough. So what I'm thinking is,
What the heck is this?
I was practicing darning.
Oh, darning.
So what I'm thinking is I'm going to
She's
use
going to
this.
be a homesteader any day now.
I'm going to use this and pray to God it works in my sock machine. And I'm going to do hung hems, long tubes. I'm just going to circular at the end of the tube, like a hat without decreases. I'm just going to run something through it. I'm just pull it tight,
Yeah,
bind it off, and that'll be my toe.
yeah,
Skip the dang heel.
yeah.
So I can produce some flippin' socks in quantity.
You know, the only
Because
thing
that's still going to take me time.
that I ever knit when I was young was we used the needles like this in a funky shape, you know, like our needles, and we did the mittens for you kids, but none
You
of
use
us.
double point needles, either
Yeah.
in a triangle or a square with
Yeah.
the extra one. Yeah.
Some of them 3s and some of them 4s, but we didn't. None of us knew how you decreased or anything up at the top thing, and so, you know, this part of your hand.
Yeah.
And so we just stopped, and we just went like that, pulled it real tight, and that's it.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know how to do any of this, but we were broke.
Mm-hmm.
And if you wanted mittens, and kids go through a lot of mittens when they live up north, you'll lose a lot. Yep. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
What a cute picture.
I know, she's adorable.
Yeah, she is. We're taking her to a theater tonight, you guys. Front row, and she's going to be at the theater. She went to the theater on Sunday to a kids' play. Oh my God, she loves the theater. She wants us to get a stage. And I said, well, where are we going to have this stage? Where are you going to have it at your house? And she said, at your house.
Thank God. See, this is what I'm thinking. This is what a yoke sweater is, how it kind of...
Yeah.
How do we do this again?
What does that say inside? It says,
Who cares?
Love
it says
you?
love. That's not the point. The point is a yoke sweater has got a design that comes like this.
I want to
So
look at it.
in my design of this funky blue polyester, let's use up the yarn we already own deal. Okay, that's the inside. This is actually going to be, the shoulders are going to fall down a little bit when I do the ribbing, because I've already learned that.
So is this just a little part of a design to put
That's
this
where
pink
the pocket goes. It's the pocket for that
Oh, cute.
So
I like it just like that.
Oh my God. So then if I use this red in the middle to fill in this middle section, it will look like a yoke because it'll be the right shape, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah, so no, this is called waist yarn that I knit in this section.
Waist because,
And then
yeah,
I just
I get it.
tacked up the other yarn at the next row. So then I weave my needles in like an afterthought heel. I had dropped a stitch. So I wove my needles in and then I pulled this out so I was missing those stitches, so then I could knit in the round to make the pocket. And I wanted the stockinette on the inside. And then you can either tack it down on the inside or just leave it. But I am contemplating on this other side from the top needle doing a stockinette stitch pocket that I actually kind of seam down, and then from this bottom side doing a little bit of ribbing. So it's not 3 layers, because I got 2 layers here and a 3rd layer here.
Yeah.
It's kind of bulky.
Yeah.
But I was trying to practice. Remember what I said about practicing? I'm trying to practice some new skills.
This is one thing I like about her, is I like a lot of things about you. We actually do like each other, and we give each other a bad time, but we love each other. But what I like about her? She has always been creative. From the time you were little.
Yes.
She always has. She makes things her way.
Yes.
And I like that about you. I don't think I could do that. First of all, I don't think I see well enough to do a lot that you do.
It is sad that your eyesight has kind of surpassed mine.
Splunked down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gotten worse than mine
Yeah.
in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I have to remember when I'm using the rotary cutter is to actually put cardboard down so I don't rotary cut my table. I've done that.
And to remember I had one, and it was just a small one I was using. I was doing something, and it was right at, when I was quilting, I would have a little thing right by the sewing machine, and if I had to make I'd use this little, and I was barefoot. Do not sew barefoot. Let me tell you, if you've got any rotary cutters around, because all of a sudden I dropped it. It dropped down onto the top of my foot, sliced right through my foot.
Holy smokes. That's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to take the boy and he's going to have a play date, and hallelujah. All right, guys, I'm going to post this on Watch Wednesday. We'll do a Mom and Me podcast middle of the month, every month, on a Watch Wednesday. Look with your hearts first. Maybe I'll make a nice little heart superpower bracelet for you too.